All right, let's get right into it. I've got a vocal mixing cover of The Dress by Dijon, and we're just going to break down the chain here. This one got a lot of questions on social media, so I just wanted to go a little deep dive on this one and just break it down piece by piece. I'm just going to play back the recording that I have of the first verse, and I'm just going to toggle on the chain on and off while it's playing, and then we're going to get into the plugins one at a time. Let's go.
Do you still take a long time to get ready?
Turn it off.
Cause you used to make too much out of that kind of stuff. When you turn your head
That's
around
completely
and
dry.
you kiss, cause it just looks nice on you still. And it always will. I wait a long time just to see
Back on now.
you.
All the buttons back.
I'm happy to be catching up. No, we don't have to patch things up. Just turn the lights down. The thrill,
We got a couple little layers popping in here too.
cause it just looks nice on you still. And it always will. So we should go out.
I'm gonna get into the chorus processing in a bit, but let's just break down the main vocal chain here real quick. So I'm gonna just turn everything off for a second. We're just gonna go through each one of these one at a time, and it's not as much stuff as I thought when I was honestly, I didn't really prepare for this video at all. So but it's not there's not as much going on as I thought there would be. Just off the rip, there is a declicker on here and a little utility. I'm just gonna leave those on. The declicker just remove some mouth pops and stuff. It's just kind of a default utility tool, but
Do you still take a long time?
so the first thing we got going on here is the auto tune.
Do you still take a long time to get ready?
And the auto tune is doing a decent amount of work.
Do you still take a long time to get ready?
You'll notice that I actually have the formant set to 104. This is kind of my secret little thing that I do on a lot of my vocal chains is I just tap the formant. The formant changes the throat length. So you hear in the extreme case here, like,
You used to make too much out of that kind of stuff. When you turn your head around,
right? So a bigger number makes the throat longer, makes the voice deeper. A smaller number makes the voice, the throat like shorter and makes a higher or like a higher tone.
you used to make too much out of that.
And I found for this one, I did do a little bit of automation on the throat length actually, just on different parts of the performance sounded better with a little bit deeper, a little bit lighter tone. So there's a little bit going on. That's just me overthinking things. I wouldn't worry too much about that kind of stuff.
Out of that kind
And I
of
also
stuff.
did
When you turn your head around,
do a
when you
decent
kiss.
amount of automation on the retune speed here. You can see I've really, I cranked basically my approach for auto-tune on these kind of more natural vocals is I'm going to turn this up as high as I can to where it generally sounds good, but there might be a phrase or two that sound a little bit auto-tuney. And then if I can't manually tune that, or even if I do manually tune it and I'm just hearing too much of the auto-tune, I'll just decrease the retune speed. So you can see like I've decreased the retune speed here on this line
Too much out
to
of
get that like that natural fall on the much without the auto-tune stepping down. And again, I've decreased it here.
when you turn your head around.
Wait, no, I've increased it there. Excuse me.
When you turn too much out of that kind of stuff. When you turn your head around.
So I guess where the line is higher, that's actually an increase. So I'm getting a tighter tune on these parts and a more natural tune on these lower parts, and that's just based on what I'm hearing. The vocal itself, I did a lot of takes here. Just singing different phrases over and over again, and then comping together the most serviceable ones. I'm not much of a singer, I'm a mixer, so that's just the nature of the work for me. But yeah, so the auto-tune, we've got nothing crazy. Automating the retune speed, a decent amount of humanized, decent amount of flexing. I don't usually lean this far into these because I just don't like how loosey-goosey it all gets when these start getting raised up. But for whatever reason, this was the one where that was okay to do that. But you're just gonna have to spin those knobs, and different settings are gonna be work differently for different voices and different performances and different songs. Okay, let's keep moving. That was way too long to talk about the auto-tune. Oh, before I forget, do not like, do not subscribe, definitely don't comment, do not let me know what other videos you would like to see me make. Okay, back to the, I don't want to waste anybody's time here. Next on the chain, we got a little Pro Q3. This is not doing much. It's just a little, it's just thinning out the vocal, and you know, I got a resonant peak down here and that lowest fundamental frequency. So I got a little dynamic control over there just to kind of thin the vocal out a little bit. Next, we got the CL1B. Now, this is a great vocal compressor. I think I have this is the TubeTech. Yes, TubeTech CL1B. It's the soft tube version through UAD is the one I'm using. You used to make too much out of that kind of stuff when you turn your head around. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of gain there, but we're only getting about 1 to 2 decibels of gain reduction, so it's not hitting it that hard. The next thing we got here in the line is the EQ8. This EQ8, this is not something that I would typically, like, if I was just mixing a vocal, I don't think I would typically throw this on. This was something that was born out of just like, oh my god, the Pultec's been on this whole time. Oh wait, no. Oh, it has been. Lordy. I'm gonna turn that off real quick. You used to make too much. Well, ignore that. This EQ was on earlier, but just pretend like it wasn't. This EQ at some point, I think, in terms of just referencing against his vocal, you know, it's a very boxy middle frequency sound. So I was kind of going for that, and that's why this is like high pass, low pass, and with this spike in the middle. This is not, again, I wouldn't necessarily make this shape in normal circumstances, except for the fact that I'm referencing another very specific, very boxy sounding vocal. Okay, let's take a look at the Pultec now. I'm gonna turn this on. Turn it off. Turn it off. When you turn your head around and it kills, 'cause it just looks nice on you. So with the Pultec, it's really cool, and I've talked about this in other videos, because you basically get a boost and an attenuate knob for the same frequency, and the filters are different on these. So you know, if you boost 5 and attenuate 5, it's not going to exactly cancel itself out. You're going to get some color and some little dips and boosts in there. And so on this one, let's see, I've got for the low end, there's a boost and an attenuate at 100 hertz, which gives just a little color to the low end, but you'll see that the attenuate is up, so more than the boost, which means we're getting a little bit of a cut here, but we're mostly just getting that color. Peak is the same thing. I got a, well, actually it's the opposite on at 1.5K. I've got well, I'll just spin these knobs while it's playing so you can hear. Used to make too much out of that kind of stuff when you turn your head around and it kills, 'cause it just looks nice on you still, and it always will. Oh, this dip is for the 300 hertz, by the way, and this peak is for the 1000 hertz. On this boost, though, this is the dual band one here that's at 8K. Used to make too much out of that kind of stuff when you turn your head around and it kills. You can see you can get some really nice color where you're giving a 7, you know, 7-8 dB boost at 8K, but then you're bringing it back down the same amount, and you're just getting a nice coloration up there. Used to make too much out of that kind of stuff when you turn your head. All right, let's take a look at the chorus. The chorus, this is just like the stock kilohertz chorus. I don't even. Used to make too much out of that kind of stuff. It's barely tapping it, but I just heard that kind of phasey sound in his vocal, so I wanted to add that in. And I think, oh, I should mention too, there's a long reverb on the return track here that's been going the whole time, in case you've heard that. That's definitely happening. So I guess it was never fully dry when we started the breakdown here. The next thing we got on the chain is 1176. Just always will I wait a long time just to see you. I'm happy to be catching up. There's a double layer there. No, we don't have to patch things up, just turn the lights down. The 1176 176 is just kind of smashing it all together and just yeah. I mean, if you listen to the original song of this, the vocals, it sounds very like it sounds pretty compressed or something. It sounds very colored. Nothing crazy there though, you know. That's just it's just getting tapped.
Nice on you still, and it always will. So you should go
I guess
out.
we are getting a decent amount of gain reduction on some of those places, but it doesn't sound. It's pretty transparent. Then we're just following it up with the de-esser.
This looks nice on you still, and it always will. So you should go out and dance.
And then finally, at the end of the chain, we have the a little short Valhalla vintage verb, and this is all getting sent to another reverb track down here, which has the longer 4-second concert hall reverb. That's
When you turn,
so the whole vocal's going to that, but that includes this little shorter chamber on the vocal that's directly as an insert on the vocal.
used to make too much out of that kind of stuff. When you turn your head around and it kills, 'cause it just looks nice on you still,
Everything off again.
and it always will. I wait a long time just to
All right,
see.
let's just take a quick look at the chorus. The chorus, I wasn't super stoked on how I got the chorus. It wasn't exactly the way he had it, but it was close enough for making this video.
We should go out and dance like we used to dance. We should go out and hold hands. But those hold hands and I can't tell you who's gonna last. Maybe that's the question. Answer I don't have.
So on this one, we have our main vocal, which is all the same processing as the verse, but there is a little bit more chorus. I turned the mix up on the chorus for just the just for the chorus effect on the chorus. Imagine that.
We should go out and dance like we used to dance.
And then I've got a double vocal. So this one is like basically very similar chain to the main vocal, but just a little more crunchy and a little more chorusy and a little more processed.
We should go out and dance like we used to dance.
And now that I'm hearing it, it honestly just sounds like shit. But that's fine. In the stack, it sounds okay. The chorus on this one is doing something wonky that I don't think I really care for. Now that I'm hearing it soloed.
Lovers hold hands and I can't tell you who's gonna last.
And this take is just pretty sloppy. These background vocals, I did not really spend a lot of time trying to get them right. I just kind of recorded them. And then I've got, besides the main double, so there's the main, and then there's a double of the main, like a unison. These two, and they're playing together.
Go out and dance like we used to dance. We should go out.
Man, that sounded weird as hell. It is what it is. Then I've got two other layers, and these are panned left and right, and they've got a lot of processing on them to kind of.
We should go out and dance like we used to dance. We should go out.
So on the group, you know, they've got a chain that's very similar. Again, they've also got a little devil lock on there. It looks like, so just a little extra saturation on these, and then same deal. You know, compression, chorus, the same little Valhalla. Oops, where did my mouse go? Same little Valhalla insert there, and then I also put micro shift on them, even though they're panned, you know. So that's giving it a little. We should go out and hold hands. Lovers hold hands. What I'm realizing is the combination of the chorus and the micro shift is making for some weird atonal fucking combinations, but that's okay. And we got one of those left and one of those right, and those are unique takes. So we got.
We should go out
They're left and right with the chorus and the micro shift on each one, and those are processed together with some EQ and compression. We got the other dub that's right down the middle that's similar thing going on, and then with the main, everything together.
We should go out and hold it. Love is no hands, and I can tell you who's gonna last. Maybe that's the question. Answer I don't have.
Don't like, don't subscribe, don't follow on all other channels. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm trying to do more videos. I'm trying to make more YouTube long form. I feel like the long form is just better for going deeper, and I'm at a place in life where I'm trying to go deeper. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you at the next one.